Guys, I'm gonna be real here. This Raw was not that great. It just wasn't. And I want to try my best to make it short and sweet, even though there are a few things that I want to touch on. But this wasn't a good Raw at all because it did no build, no justice to the road to WrestleMania. And I bet people are like, whoa, don't forget, you got the Elimination Chamber. Even though you have the Elimination Chamber, you should do something to build up to the best pay per view. Well, the pay per view that every wrestling fan looks forward to every year and probably one of your biggest payouts, WrestleMania 30. It's supposed to be possibly one of the epic WrestleManias that has ever happened, with so many things that could happen. But besides all that, the one thing I can say they did good about the Elimination Chamber was have some build between the Wyatts and the Shield. Chaos versus Order is what I consider it, and I'm gonna call it that, the Chaos versus Order match. Okay, that makes no sense. But still, that's what it is. And they did some sort of a good build with that. They've been building up for the last few weeks. So honestly, I think that's gonna be a really good match, and I'm really hoping they don't mess it up. Somehow I really feel that they are. But I really know that this is gonna be the last we're gonna see the Shield together. After Elimination Chamber, it's gonna be the last we see the Shield together. But let's talk about the beginning. Now, Betty White is a guest host of Raw. Despite the fact that I'm not enjoying that, it doesn't mean I'm not a Betty White fan. I love Betty White. I loved her in Mama's Family. I loved her when she was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I loved her even more as a Golden Girl. But she had no rhyme or reason of being there, and she absolutely had no idea why she was there in the first place. And it has nothing to do with her being 90. It's because she is not a wrestling fan. She has no idea where she is and what to do. She's just trying to roll with the punches. Seriously. And the segments they had her in was stupid. All three. The first segment that they had was the opener, her coming out with the Big Show. That only lasted a few seconds, only for her to be eclipsed by the Authority. Way to go, Triple H. Way to go to eclipse the person you invited to come out. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Dumber segment number 2. The Divas. Made no sense at all. She seemed more lost than I have ever seen someone being lost. And it's not even because of the fact that she's a senior. She was just lost. Like, she was like, why are we doing this? Why am I here? And the Divas were just, they didn't even know why they were there. That's how I saw it. And it was just dumb. Even dumber, you had the New Age Outlaws coming out to invite her to come over for tea and talking about her being pranked. Yeah, pranking a 90-year-old. Yeah, that's great, y'all. That's really mature. Dumber or dumbest or dumberer segment number 3 was the Road Dog Jesse James and Billy Gunn segment with Betty White. Completely stupid and very sophomoric. You're gonna put laxative in her tea, have her drink the tea, only for her to switch it, and Billy Gunn drinks it to where he craps on himself. Or at least craps on himself on the way to the bathroom. Yeah, guys, way to go. Way to go. And let's talk about Alexander Rusev. And I'm going to do as brief as I can because I can probably have this as another video. But let's face it, he's Bulgarian. He's Bulgarian, but he's going to be booked as a Russian. Enough said. Enough said right there. Look at Vladimir Kozlov. Best guy out there. Scary. Can fight anybody. Can take anyone down. Scared both sides. Did he get a title shot? No. But even though he's Bulgarian, he's as close to Russian as Russian can be in the eyes of Vince McMahon. And he's going to be booked as a Russian, which means he's not going to be pushed. If he is going to be pushed, it's going to be for a few weeks. Few weeks, maybe a month. Maybe 2, tops. And then he'll die out. Or he'll probably get paired with Santino and somehow disappear. I don't see him going further because of where he's from. Enough said. Moving on. Do I care about the John Cena segment? No, because it seems to me that day by day he's becoming cornier and cornier and cornier and cornier and even more cornier and more irrelevant as time goes on. I got no beef with John Cena. I respect the guy for the fact that he knows whose character he's best as. He knows who he is. He's not going to deviate from who he is. And I respect him for that reason. But it seems that day by day, his segments, his moments in the ring is becoming stupider and more stupider and more stupider. And yes, I'm using that word by the day. And Randy Orton, I hate him as this heel. I can't stand him as this heel. I don't hate the man. I just don't like the character. I don't like the character at all. He's whiny. He's a brat. He's not the same legend killer that he was. He doesn't make a statement. He's just a whiny brat. That's what he is. And that's sad because he actually has a lot of potential when he acts right. And the matches for tonight made no sense. Just pointless random matches. Did I care about the Wyatts versus the Rhodes? No, because the Rhodes are starting to become downgraded. And did you think that they were going to win to the Wyatts? No. You think they were going to beat the Wyatts? No. Please. And speaking of the Wyatt family, like I said before, that's the only thing that they did right was pushing the Wyatts in the Shield. That's it. And it's also nice to actually see Lita being in the Hall of Fame. It's really great. Lita should have been in there, and it's seriously, it's about freaking time. But I guess it makes sense for them to back off, since they had Trish Stratus up there first. But I'm happy to see Lita in the Hall of Fame, and that's the one thing that I was excited about. And moving on to another random match was Emma's match Emma really wasn't in a match. It was Santino versus Fandango. And this is one thing I wanted to see. I want to see Emma fight. I love Emma. I want to see Emma fight. I want to see Emma fight with Summer Rae in a mixed tag or just them by themselves and have them build up some kind of a feud. Please. It seems to me that they're trying to make a transition to have Emma on Raw, but all they have her doing is this. There's a lot more to Emma than just this, people. Yes, that's a great way to have the crowd like her, but she has to have some substance. Because right now, there is no substance in the Divas division. None. All you got are your vets, and you only have practically one real vet that's left, and she's on her way out. That's all you got. You can't really say much about the Bella twins. I like the Bellas. They have a lot of potential, and they're growing as characters. But they're not as completely seasoned as Natalya. And Natalya's on her way to retire. Let's be real here. She's not going to be there that long. She probably has a few more years, and then she's done. So they got to do something to build up some new divas. The Divas division is floundering badly. And Eva Marie is definitely getting a lot of flack. The fact that she was out there just as a valet shows that they're afraid to actually put her out there on stage. But that's their fault. They put her out there way too early. She may have that exotic look. She may have a look that may attract a lot of guys. But the thing is, she has no substance. She didn't have enough time to hone her craft, or let alone figure out what character she wants to be. She wants to be a heel, but she has to kind of figure out how to do it. Like, seriously, they never really gave her that much time, and people are kind of flacking on her because she can't really wrestle. She has potential, she just needs work. But that's another video in itself. But besides all that, we didn't see Naomi out there because she had a fractured freaking eyeball. Thanks to Oksana. Thank you, Oksana, for that botch of a counter that you did last week that literally put her eye out. Almost literally. But botches happen all the time. That's human error, but it's jacked up that it actually happened in that way because, in my opinion, it's a possibility that they could knock her out of the title running for her going against AJ Lee at WrestleMania. It could be a chance that she may have missed her opportunity. And we've seen that before with Wade Barrett when he got injured before Money in the Bank. When he's supposed to win Money in the Bank ended up getting 86, and his career ended up being stagnant. I'm hoping that's not the case with Naomi because she's pretty much the only athletic female in the Divas division beside Natalya. Seriously, Natalya and Tamina. But it just makes me really sad that that actually happened to her, and I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. But honestly, guys, The Miz, he's trying to get in where he fits in. And it makes me sad that that's the case. But he's going to get in where he fits in for a few months and then just die out. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but I really hope they do something soon. And he'll end up becoming like Dolph Ziggler. Poor guy. But anyway, guys, my overall thoughts is this. Raw was flat out boring. I fell asleep. It was boring. It was lame. It wasn't all that great. I don't feel like it's the road to WrestleMania, and I'm hoping they build up soon. As for Elimination Chamber, I might watch it because of the Wyatts, but that's about it. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section below and send me a video response on how you feel about tonight's Raw. This is your girl 30 signing out. Peace out.